Hi, today is August the 1st. This is Sunday, and this is a quick SPX Outlook for the coming week. Last week was quite eventful, and yet nothing much happened on markets. We had a flurry of news, including earnings, GDP, FOMC, and yet nothing really happened. And if we look, this week is all concentrated in this price area. And as I said last week, yes, the market tested 43.75 for support, which is generally bullish, and then it ran out of steam. If you look at the volume profile here, I've only plotted the last bit, but let's see if I can go all the way down from here. The volume, high volume, was still around here. It never really changed. So there's quite a fight around these levels, and this is all relative because, as you can see, it's not really very significant. It's only a higher volume area around here, but altogether there's nothing really much happening. This is a little bit strange, especially after earnings and quite a week rich in news. Anyway, so what can we expect? Well, probably a trading range. We can see that on Friday it bounced off 43.80 again, and it may just run out of steam. If we look at the SPX-VIX correlation, it is poor. Here it is, minus 18%. This is not really good. Generally, it bodes for a change of dynamics, and we're still waiting for it. Volumes are still very low. We are below 3 billion shares traded on Friday. This week was very strange that nothing really happened. So let's go back to our chart. So for this, I would say that probably an exogenous factor could unsettle the very weird balance. Poor SPX-VIX correlation is bad because we know that something can happen anytime. It could be VIX coming off current levels and letting SPX go high again, but of course the market looks quite overbought, so the opposite scenario with SPX breaking 43.75 and going to test this fibs or even lower, although it's still unlikely. That is definitely a possible scenario. If we look at the longer term here, 1 day, still very bullish. What we notice also is that this resistance is still valid across the board. All time frames still show this as a resistance. The line has not moved up, which probably would let this market take off further. So probably same bullish congestion around this area on this time frame as well, unless we see this line move sharply up, and then market will follow. Now for tomorrow, this is probably a clearer picture on this time frame. We see the high volume bar on 4400, and it's sort of behaves like a mid-range pivot in the short term. So what we would look at is again a 43.75. If it breaks, it would go to this fibs 43.60 down to about just above 4300. This is a good level, 42.96. So some resistance area, and we noticed that range lows on 42.35 around 19th of July. We noticed the fixed term structure turned very wobbly at the time. So this would be an indication that is a very crucial level to turn into a correction. If we look at the VIX term structure, it's still okay. It's kind of flattish from October onward, but the volatility is high for a market near all-time highs, but it's still in a fairly good contango for the time being. It's like when the July VIX future settled, the risk is like pushing the can down the road. The VIX is pushed away. But as I said, if the market drops by 100 to 200 points, we would definitely see a flattening. And on the 19th, this VIX term structure was very wobbly. So there's a lot of hedging for this type of bullish market, and that can be explained by the fact that this is a retail-driven bull market. Again, the institutions are just selling, but they're quite happy to slowly raising cash at good prices. That doesn't mean that it can't carry on this way. I mean, it can. A little bit unsettling. It's not exactly an easy market, but as we know now, we have to go with the flow. Okay, so that is it for now. This is a shorter report because I am finally taking a few days off. So I'm actually recording from my vacation place. I'll be, of course, on Slack tomorrow. I also would like to take some time off for the next few days. If I can, I will record the weekly recap on our positions. The positions are doing okay anyway, but I will try and record a little something tomorrow morning. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.